Welcome back. You're still watching Nile Cruise on Nile TV International from the National Police Museum at the vicinity of the Citadel of Salah ad-Din. And of course, we'll be speaking more about the history of the Citadel itself, the history of the National Police Museum, how it was founded about 25 years ago and why it was founded, and the Battle of Ismailia. All this and more with Mr. Maher Mohamed As-Sayyid, the head of the public relations at the Police National Museum. Thank you very much for being with us today.
Welcome to you in the National Police Museum.
Anytime.
Thank you so much, sir, for joining us in today's episode of Nile Cruise. Sir, the museum has 6 halls, houses different collections of police weapons from the ancient Egyptian period to the present, extending to Egypt's Islamic era. Tell us more about some of the important collections of the museum, please, sir.
National Police Museum consists of a collection. It is very important. Tools from pharaonic era. For example, we have a boat made of wood with 10 sailors. It is important it refers to the river police in the pharaonic era. The river Nile is the lifeblood for the ancient Egyptian. For that, the pharaonic was appointed a minister for the river Nile. The river police in the pharaonic era have many tasks. Such as securing the transport in the Nile, save the pharaonic, and don't waste the wastes in the river Nile.
Yes, on the other hand, one of the halls is dedicated to the Battle of Ismailia and the suffering of the citizens of Ismailia and the police troops on the 25th of January in 1952, and that was marked as the National Day for the police troops. Would you tell us more about this hall and what it contains?
Yes, we have a hall of Battle of Ismailia. It displays the weapons that used in the Battle of Ismailia on 25 January 1992 that happened between the Egyptian police and the British occupation forces. The causes of the battle is go back to the 1951 when An-Nahas Pasha, a prime minister of Egypt, cancelled the treaty 1936. When he cancelled this treaty, so the British occupation forces in the Suez Canal zone become illegal. So a commando operation happened by the citizen with the support of the Egyptian police against the camp, against the police and officer of the British occupation. So that the General Exaham prepared a military campaign consists of 7,000 soldiers and officers, and headed to the Al-Bustan police department and required from the Egyptian police to go through to eliminate. So the Egyptian police refused that. The battle started. The results of the battle is 50 murders of the Egyptian police and 18 wounded. On the other side, on the Egyptian, on the occupation, in the British occupation, about 13 killed and wounded 13. The news spread in all Egypt, and a demonstration go solidarity with the Egyptian police. From that day, this day is become the National Police Day, and we celebrate by it in every day. And in 2009, it became the national holiday for all Egyptians.
Sir, well-known crimes are also highlighted, such as the infamous Alexandrian sisters Raya and Sakina, of course. What are the most well-known crimes documented in the museum other than Raya and Sakina?
We have in the museum hall of the most crime. It displays the most famous crime that happened in Egypt in the modern era, as Raya Sakina, Al-Khut, Al-Safah. Raya Sakina, 2 sisters come from Amar, Egypt to Alexandria. They killed about 17 women Discover of the crime when a person buried in his house, he found some bones under the ground. He informed the Alapan police department. When the police go to the mentioned house, he found 17 corpses under the ground. So Raya Uskina arrested and is the first woman in the Egyptian to get sentences penalty.
On the other hand, in the museum, the National Police Museum, there are costumes and the logos of the police troops ever since 1952 and before that. When was the first police troop was formed in the history of Egypt?
For example, we have just made temporary exception. It displays the development of the uniform of the Egyptian police from the pharaonic era until now.
Sir, of course, another hall displays different police logos and costumes from the monarchy until the 1952 revolution. How early was the Egyptian police formed, and how did the Egyptian police develop along the years?
Because everything is in development, the uniform of the Egyptian police is changed across the ages.
How would the police museum change and being improved in the near future?
National Police Museum is, for example, we have, as we said before, the most famous crime. It is for awareness the people.
Yes.
And also we have the whole of the political assassination. It displays the most famous assassination that happened in Egypt. We have tolls and seizures of the Egyptian police from the pharaonic era until the modern one.
Okay, sir, during Muhammad Ali's reign, the museum housed an artillery school. The terrace outside with its commanding view over the city was lined with bombardment cannons. A cannon was fired to mark the end of each day's fasting during Ramadan, which is still the tradition today, till today, of course. When was the last time these cannons were fired?
Okay, the last time the cannon fired, the cannon is fired 4 times and stopped 2 times. The first one in the regime of the Khedive Ismail was fired by live ammunition. But after the approach of the orbit near the citadel, it stopped. The second one, it fired by non-real ammunition. But the archaeologist is found that it effect of the walls of the citadel and the archaeological site, so it is stopped fully. Okay. The third one, it fired through the media, TV and the radio. The fourth one and the last in 2021, the Minister of Tourism and Antiquities made the restoration for the cannon and refired it, but by methods to preserve the archaeological site and the walls of the citadel, and in the same time made the modern technology by a lease boom.
According to the artifacts and the pieces that are located at the Police National Museum, do you think that the police always use the latest technology of each time to be combating crime in Egypt?
Yeah, the police, the Egyptian police is used technology in every time. For example, we have the first manual fire engine and the first steam fire carriage.
Sir, do you receive many school trips here at the museum? What are you keen to let the children know about more of our history?
For children, we'll need the activity. We make educational tours daily to learn them and show them the collection of the museum.
Yes, Mr. Maher Mohamed the head of the public relations at the Police National Museum. Thank you very much for being with us today on Nile Cruise.
Thank you for you, and welcome in the National Police Museum, and thank you for the Nile Cruise program on Nile TV.
Anytime.
Thank you, Mr. Maher, for joining us. Dear viewers,
Thank you
stay
very much.
tuned. We'll be back again.